Oh my goodness. Oh my God. Believe it or not, this is an organized mess, but look at the craziness of this. And this is the revision of my slide drawer. I'm going to tell you all about it in just a sec. I just got to clear a path to get in the van. So I'll just tell you, I think it's been 2 days since my kitchen build video, and I had been using these slides and a half-inch piece of plywood. Well, the next day I was driving and the whole thing slid right out, and it actually brought the whole structure forward. It didn't break or anything. And also the plywood, the half-inch plywood was starting to sag like that fast in the middle. So I have to for sure, brace the structure down, but I'm not going to be doing that until it's built. So yeah, talking about the slide. So here's the piece that originally, or just a couple days ago, was there. So it's way too thin. And also this slide is not, I went and checked. Somebody asked me what the weight capacity is for this. And it's 45, I believe. So my fridge alone is, I think, 35. So that wouldn't have lasted. Well, it didn't even last really a day. So here's the thing. I went back to the drawing board and, well, first I did some research, and I decided to get these metal ball bearing slides. I just wanted to show you the brand that I got for these ball bearing mounts. Full extension, side mount, and it will hold 100 pounds. Okay, went ahead and did one drawer. Now, the other thing I decided to do was do a small box style thing so the fridge will sit in the box. So I started with this, and wow. So this will be the length. It's pretty perfect. So don't know if you can see on that side. It's a bit complicated to get the measurements right, but believe me, I learned from my last drawer slide attempt that make sure you've got everything measured. And it's so smooth. I love it. Okay, I'll show you how I went about installing the slider to this piece of the wood. It's the front and the back. So this back piece here will be attached to those pillars, and then this is the other piece of the drawer, gets screwed into there. Some of the tricky parts are you have to have the measurements exact, right? Because it can't be off from this. And cut this board. This is the 3/4 inch plywood, and this is going to get fastened to the end of this drawer slider. I'm going to screw this board into this board, and I'll show you how this comes apart. So you hold it and extend the whole thing so it's completely extended, and then you flip it over. Okay, so the smallest part of the slide has this, I don't know if you can see this little black hook thing. So you push it down, and then it lets you extend all the way to this point, and then this here little black, you just push that, and then it comes right out. So the reason for this is so that you have access to all your holes to drill in to your drawer. So to put this back in now, you line up these grooves like that, and then you just start sliding. You're going to hear a click. That, and then that's all the way in. So smooth. I just love it. Okay, so my newly cut 3/4 inch plywood is firmly butted up against this side wall drawer, and I'm going to show you that my measurements were spot on. I'm just going to copycat the other side. Identical. Okay, so this will go on there. So we got to make sure that we know that is attached to that wall. This is going to be attached to this wall, but you can see if it's just willy-nilly, it has to be perfectly lined up with that entry point. But I'm just going to follow the measurements of the other side. So this is the other side out of the runner. And so I'm basically just going to, you know, take all my measurements, make sure, but I'm going to use this as my guide. Basically, I just copycat over here what I did. So this line is where the first, like this is the line of screws. So I basically did the same measurement and then drew a line. I have to make sure I don't screw into there, obviously. And then I'm going to screw this in. And with this, because this is fully extended, so they give you a nice big area to put the screw through this piece also. Okay. All right. So here I go. Just before I start screwing, I also want to just double check that my new piece screwed on is going to fit onto here. So you just slide it in there. Okay. The only thing you have to do, I don't know if you can see, but you have to line up this runner with these two grooves. And then once you do, it's perfect. And also when you're mounting this front bracket, you want this piece flush with your drawer. So it's looking good. This is basically going to sit there, and you should always leave a gap underneath. Well, you don't have to, but I feel like it's a good idea. So that's what I've done here. And I'm just going to mount it. Almost there. In the package with the drawer slide, you get these little miniature, I think they're 1/2 inch. Yeah, it's like the other one. So I'm going to swap those out for these guys because they're better quality. Okay, so my first hole is right there, and that middle of that hole has to be on the line with this part flush. There it is. So once I can see the line through the hole, which is right there, make a hole there, and I want another hole somewhere here, and this is closed. Okay, I'll put one in there, so then I'll have one here and one here. Okay, perfect. So another trick is you could pre-drill a couple, like just a little bit, a small hole into each of those notches, just so that when you're holding the thing and it starts to get wobbly, and for me anyway, this starts to go bonkers. So I'm gonna drill just a tiny little hole so that when I'm holding this and it goes in, it's got something to grab onto. But I have to change my bit. I'm not crazy about square bits, to be honest with you. I don't like them because they seem to, I don't know if I'm stripping them or it's just annoying. Very annoying to me. So that's what I'm gonna do. Just pre-drill a tiny little bit. Of course, this is a really challenging angle. That should be good. Just pop it out. And right here. All right, let's get this bad boy in. Oh my gosh. Where's the drill hole? I think it's got to be right there. There it is. Voila. Okay, so they're both connected and both slide drawers are connected. So the moment of truth, and then we can attach the bottom to the sides. Okay, so this piece in there. Beautiful. Okay, there's one, and then beautiful. That's fully extended. And then it snaps in. Both of the doors are on, and now let's see if the plywood is going to fit. Okay, so this is going to sit. It's basically going to get screwed into there and into there. Yeah, it's just a tiny, tiny sliver too small. So this, if I were to push it all the way to one side, you've got that much of a gap. But now there's that, and then there's that. So the thing is, what's going to happen from here is that this is going to go back a little bit because I'm putting a 1/2 inch piece of plywood here, and then that will go flush. That piece of plywood will be flush there. Yeah, I think that's what it'll do, because then that'll compensate for this little tiny, tiny little bit. My gut tells me to go this way. Yeah. Because then this piece will be screwed into here and to here. And that way there will be 0 little gap here. All right, guys, that's what I'm doing next. Wish me luck. The other thing I'm going to do after I get this part and the bottom is some kind of a latch system. I'm just going to go to Home Depot and see. I'm thinking maybe a hook that goes into a loop here, or vice versa. You can get those really strong ones. So anyway, I'm going to go to Home Depot. I was also thinking of something that you slide in and out this way. Anyway, so that's coming. For the back, I'm leaving that open for now, because I think that when I have the 2 sides and the bottom and a latch, it's not going to go back. There's a lock mechanism at the back there. Anyways, that could change at some point, who knows. So now what I'm going to do is take this face plate for the drawer, and it's all measured perfectly. So I'm going to drill it to the bottom first. I don't know if this is right or wrong, but it makes sense to me. Okay, if it changes, which it probably will, I'll just give you guys an update. Okay guys, here it is. Is it perfect? No. But I would say it's like 90% perfect. What I noticed was that this is a bit of an overhang. Well, exactly, not quite half an inch. I wanted this to all be flush. So somewhere along the line I lost my measurement, which is fine. I'm just gonna have to find some way of securing the slide to this pillar. Well, actually, it's basically the bottom piece that was not perfectly cut. So it feels like it's a little bit warped, but now that I'm sliding it back and forth, it's absolutely brilliant. So it's solid. I'll just show you from here. There, it's locked. But still, you can see it's just a tiny bit off. Just give it a little snug. Now, this is definitely gonna roll when I do my right turns. All right, so let's go to Home Depot and find what we're gonna use for this. It'd be great if I could find like a latch that pulls in. I definitely recommend these heavy duty ball bearing slides, especially if you're doing a fridge. And at some point, this will all be finished somehow. I have no idea how. I'm just trying to get the structure, and I'm super happy. So happy, and so proud of myself. I just friggin' plow through these projects. Nothing will stop me. Okay, off to Home Depot. All right, we're on the very last leg of my kitchen drawer slide for my fridge. And like I said in my last clip, this is basically a half an inch, because I didn't compensate for this face plate. And basically what I should have done is not attach the slide, or start the slide a 1/4 of an inch in, and it would have been perfect. However, here's my fix. So this is 3.5 by 4 inches, and what that's going to do, I'm going to just attach it to those 2x4s, and then it gives me a nice flush surface to work with. And I went with these fasteners, barrel bolt it's called. Oh my goodness guys, it is done. Let's have a look at this. Okay, it's starting to get dark, so I'm going to do my best here. So this is the latch. So there's one on that side and one on that side. The other one that I bought didn't work, so I returned it. So you can see the fridge isn't going anywhere. I want to open it, and then I just unlatch it. Oh, gotta do both. Unlatch it. Drawer comes out. Back in, but I have to actually pull this one out just a tiny bit. And then this one there. You know, it's not a quick thing, but I feel like it's solid now. And once it's this structure here is anchored at the back, this stuff's not going anywhere. And it looks, to me, it looks nice. It's bulky, but it's big and rustic. You know. Anyways, guys, she's done. All right, guys, there you have it. The revision of my door slide for my kitchen build. It came out beautifully. I had to redo a bunch of things, but I'm super happy with the outcome. So guys, if you like this video, hit like, and if you want to see more content from me, hit that subscribe button, and I will see you guys in my next video. Take care.